Awesome. All right, so hello and welcome to our 2021 Senior Recognition and Graduation Ceremony. Thank you all for coming tonight. I'll be honest, usually each year when I prepare remarks for our closing ceremonies, I pull out the remarks from last year and, well, recycle them a little bit. But, you know, if it's not broken. But if we've learned anything this year, it's that sometimes you have to throw out the script. So here goes. It's hard to believe we're standing here right now. I'm sure many had doubts going into this year that we would make it. But I was confident we could come together as a community and make this year happen. It really isn't possible right here, in this moment, to fully thank everyone involved in making this year a reality. So I will simply say, I couldn't have done it without you all. The OMS board, my fellow administrators, teachers, coaches, families, and you, the student athletes. Changing so much about our daily lives wasn't easy, but I'm grateful to everyone for jumping in feet first and having faith that we would find our way. And though so much has changed, one thing remains the same. I am fully confident that the OMS community is the strongest you will find anywhere. At this time last year, we were all stunned and staring in disbelief as events unfolded around us. Amidst all of the uncertainty, my board, administrative team, and I started working almost immediately to plan for this season. Frustratingly, there was so much we didn't know, guidance we had to wait for, guesses we eventually had to make, and a global situation that continued to change rapidly. Once we had a plan in place, we had to make changes many times, and continued to do so as the winter progressed. We still see changes on an almost daily basis, and I thank everyone for their endless flexibility. We have all learned to embrace going with the flow and a little flying by the seat of our pants. Sadly, protocol is such that we are still not able to have a traditional closing ceremonies, but I'm very happy that we have found this way to honor and recognize our seniors in an outdoor and socially distant manner. While we will need to present our yearly academic and athletic awards virtually, I am glad to be here with you, our seniors, tonight. For those that couldn't make it, all of tonight's speeches and those from our seniors not present will be available virtually. So before I stop, a few words about our seniors, several of whom I have known for a full decade or more. Sarah Bassett was unable to join us this evening, but has been a part of the OMS community for many years. Sarah started at OMS in the 7th grade and has been a valuable member of the community ever since. She has a great head on her shoulders and has worked hard to balance an extremely rigorous academic curriculum with her athletic pursuits. She is calm and collected, but you can tell she is always watching and learning from what she observes around her. She has weathered the ups and downs of FISC-level ski racing and has even survived living with Mike, my girls, and I. I am confident she will continue to execute her balancing act in college and beyond. Travis Blake. Travis, I can remember you at about 4 or 5 years old running around the softball field during Ludlow Co-ed Adult Softball League games. I'm really terrible at softball, by the way, but enjoyed it. At the time, I had no idea that not only would Travis one day attend OMS and become very successful in freestyle skiing, but also his aunt Leslie Casano would become my accomplice for so many years in this crazy pursuit of running the school. Travis has been a committed student athlete who has this year also taken on some coaching duties as well. I am very proud of him for sharing his passion for the sport with the next generation. I hope he continues to do so as he goes off on his next adventure in college. Errol Brennan. Errol, I have known since he was a little J5. You don't even use that age class anymore. Alpine ski racer. Yes, alpine ski racer. After a couple of years, though, he found his way to his true passion, snowboarding. We welcomed Errol to OMS in the 8th grade, and it has been incredible to watch him grow and find his voice. Errol is deeply kind and caring, and I'm so proud of him for the progress that he has made on the hill, in the classroom, and personally these last 5 years. In fact, we hope to welcome him back next year for a PG year. Nina Fonash. Nina is someone who has spent relatively much less time with us than our other seniors, joining us only early season this year and last to prepare for her competitive season in Pennsylvania. However, I think everyone who has worked with her and been her classmate or teammate would agree that she has made a mark on her community far greater than measured in the time she was here. Nina has a sparkling smile and an infectiously positive attitude. She will be a light in her college community and beyond. Brennan Hines. Ah, Brennan. I have known you since you were also a little J5. You joined the program the same year as Errol. In fact, I have a particular memory, actually, which you probably don't remember. The season of 2011-2012 was off to a rough start. We had a day very much like today on what was supposed to be our first day on snow with the athletes. But instead, we wound up setting up a dry land activity for you all at Jackson Gore. John Foreman was coaching at the time, and you and Errol were right behind each other in line. John asked Errol his name. Errol Brennan, he replied. And then he asked you your name, and you replied, Brennan. John joked something like, Brennan Errol, Brennan Brennan, Brennan what? You got all frustrated and growled at him and said, just Brennan. And for that year, and probably a few more, you were known, at least among the coaches, as just Brennan. Eventually, I convinced your parents to send you to OMS, and they acted shocked that you were doing well. But you certainly flourished here and have grown so much since then, on the hill, in the classroom, and all around. I am confident you will be a success in college and beyond. Patrick Young. Patrick is another athlete who began his days as an alpine ski racer and eventually moved along to find a passion elsewhere. Patrick moved into freestyle, but really seemed to hit his stride in ski cross. Patrick has shown a deep commitment to his sport and to improving. He has worked hard on the hill and spends countless hours tuning his skis. It has all paid off for him, and though this year saw a significant reduction in starts for him, he is currently in Russia for the FIS World Junior Ski Cross Championships. He placed 26th yesterday, earning 18 FIS points. He will finish up his season in Colorado with some FIS events there. We also hope to get another year with Patrick as a PG student athlete. But enough from me. Now let's turn it over to my seniors for my very favorite part of the night. I would like to welcome Travis Blake up to give his senior speech.
High school. It's the best of times, it's the worst of times. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Travis Blake, and I am a senior at this school. I was born and raised in Ludlow. I grew up skiing at Bear Creek over in Plymouth with my family. As I got a bit older, I started skiing at Okemo. I began with hopefuls, but quickly realized that racing wasn't for me. So I gave freestyle skiing a shot, and it took off from there. I started OMS in 8th grade, and each year, OMS has given me a life lesson that I almost stick in my pocket. I worked hard on the mountain, learning many of my tricks necessary to compete. It was risky, but that risk is what shaped me today. I quickly took hold of my life, and I learned how to fall down and get back up. You can't be brave and boring at the same time. Skiing showed me how to change courage over comfort, and that has spilled over into my academic world as well. I applied to colleges, and I surprised myself and got into almost every single one. But enough about myself. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for always supporting me and getting me to the places relatively on time. You guys have been there every step of the way, and I'll be forever grateful. Thank you, my sister, also for supporting my OMS career. Thank you, my grandfather, for the financial support. I love you guys. I want to thank my coaches, Mr. Mike Bruno and Chris, for the great years of coaching. You guys have pushed me to be a well-rounded skier. And my longtime teammate, Patrick, who's actually competing in the motherland right now. And good luck to all my other teammates in the future. Teachers, thank you for your time and for teaching me important lessons. John Rushing, you have been an inspiration to me when it comes to English. You have been with me since one of my first years. I have so many great memories in your class. Thank you for everything you have done for me. Maura, you have also been with me since the beginning of OMS. Thank you for turning me on to art before I came. I was never really fond of it, but after those 5 years, I had a great time. And then you even helped me write an apology letter when I was in deep trouble. So, Um, Thank you, Allison, for helping me in math. I always struggled in math, but when I was in your class, it made it a lot easier for me. Horatio, thanks for the 4 years in Spanish. Elise, you have helped me tremendously when it comes to my college searches. Without you, I wouldn't have any of my applications in yet. So thank you for that. I want to thank my very young-looking aunt for the bag of chips and Gatorade that you've supplied me over the years. But seriously, I would be so lost in my academics if it wasn't for you pushing me to get my stuff done in time. And my cousin Madison for supporting me in my extracurricular goals outside of school. Mario, thank you for everything you have done for me and this school. You putting in those countless hours has really helped this school and shaped it into the way it is today. In all, I would say my high school experience was a great success. Thank you.
Hi, Travis. I'm glad you found your shoes.
Yeah.
It's an honor to be here, to honor you, your family, and all the other seniors. You still have one more week, so. I left my speech at home, my homework, so I'm going to speak from my heart. This is my 25th year teaching, not at OMS, but I teach at the middle school in Kearsarge, which is in New Hampshire, about an hour away. And so I've seen a lot of students who absolutely tell me they hate math. Mathematics teachers don't like to hear that. Travis didn't tell me that the first time we met, thank goodness. It was a Zoom call, and even though I've spent 25 years teaching students, I was nervous. I wanted to make sure that I was there on time, so I was probably zoomed in at 4:30 when the class started at 5. Travis was there on time with a big smile. And the minute I saw that, I was able to breathe. You've come a long way. You've done well. I know it hasn't always been easy. You've given to your community. You've given to the people here. You're well-liked, well-respected. And I thank you for the honor of teaching you. And I still don't know how many colleges you've gotten into because you never texted me back. But I do know that you got into every single one and that your essay was one of the best I've read. And trust me, I've read a lot. Carry on. And to all you parents, cheers. They're out of the house. Not forever. Good luck.
Hello everyone. First off, I'd like to thank the OMS staff for being able to pull off some sort of a closing ceremony for us seniors today. As I look back on my time at OMS, it's really hard for me to find something that I'd like to change. From the early morning van rides to the unbreakable bonds I've made with my fellow athletes and teachers at OMS, I don't see much that I'd want to change. I've made some of my best friends up here, but one in particular, as many of you may know, some would say we are attached by the hip. Coming into the chemo community, I gained my closest friendships with Drew and Seth. To see how far we've made it together, always sticking by each other's sides, and staying together for these last numerous years, it's not something most can do. I'm also beyond happy to see how close me and the boys became this year, and it makes me happy to know that we will all be lifelong friends. When I first started OMS, I remember sitting at these closing ceremonies, listening to the seniors give their speeches, and thinking to myself, there's no way that day will ever come for me. I'll be here forever. But here I am today. Saying I'll be forever grateful for the memories I've made at OMS is an understatement. I really can't picture my life without me attending OMS or ski racing. Now I know this wouldn't be a proper speech without thank yous, so here it goes. Marielle, thank you for putting up with me and my craziness. From the time I entered the weekend program until today, you watched me grow and develop into the athlete I am today, and were always eager to wish me luck and ask me how my ski races went. To Leslie, I don't know where to start. Thank you for putting up with me, not only at school, but at home as well. You and Larry jumped through hurdles for me, getting my skis at the last minute, to Larry making sure I was at the van at 5 in the morning. You opened your house to me from the minute I got there and made sure I felt welcome. I can only imagine how lonely you must be this year without me. I would also like to thank all my coaches for helping me along my journey, but a few in particular. Chris, words can't describe the kind of man you are. The amount of dedication and support you put into this school is indescribable. I remember coming into my first year of a U16, small, weak, and having the worst season of my life, finish and result-wise. Looking back on it, I'd say I was at the lowest point of my career. However, that didn't last for long. You were eager, enthusiastic, and the greatest supporter for me that year. You found me when I was down and made sure it was your goal to make sure I was in the right mental place. That off-season, you motivated me to grow and become stronger for the next season, in which I saw, as you quote, unreal improvements. To Eric, although our time was short and sweet, I'll never forget you. How can I not mention you in this speech? Your energy and attitude on and off the hill every day is something I'll try to match throughout my whole life. Roger. Roger, Roger, Roger. From our hour-long van rides with what I would describe as entertaining debates to countless number of races, thank you. You've always had our best interests in mind, and you've always put your best forward for us. In addition, I'd also like to thank you for changing your diet in order to adapt to me and Drew's ideal meal. While I say I won't forget any of you, I mean it. But for this next coach, as all you know, he truly is one of a kind. Mark Stewart. I don't know where to begin with you. Calling you the GOAT would be an understatement. You showed me how to find the best in every situation and not to take everything so serious. You truly showed me the fun side in this wonderful sport. You taught me how to soak in everything and to be grateful for wherever I was. Lastly, to my parents. From the endless amounts of money you gave to this sport to constantly picking me up when I was down, you deserve the biggest thank you. You always come to support me at my races and would always be quick to drive countless hours to wherever my next race was. As my speech comes to an end, I can't thank the OMS community, staff, and parents enough. OMS will always have a special place in my heart, and I'll never forget any of it. Thank you.
Well, this goes way back. Was it 2015? And you were just a little guy. It's amazing. So I've known you for quite a while, and it's been my pleasure to be your speaker. I mean, your teacher. I'm also your speaker right now. But on my way here tonight, I was thinking, I want to hear some Beethoven. And I thought, well, what Beethoven most portrays Brennan? And I decided it was the Pastoral Symphony, the number 6. It's very serene. It's very calm. It's like Brennan. Brennan reminds me of the two strong women in our family who are both surgeons. They're people who are very calm in a storm, very even keel, no drama, just solid, you know. And this is what really was pleasant for me as your teacher was. You were always consistent. You were always there. You were always performing. You were always engaged. It's just like a teacher's delight. Even through your illnesses that you had, you just like plowed right through. And so my hat is really off to you. I think that persistence, that resilience that Michaela Schifrin talks about, you have that. So that is going to take you miles and miles and years. So congratulations on being here, and I'm honored to have been your teacher and be able to know who you are. And you're always so positive. We had a player on my soccer team who suffered cancer, 4 different cancers, and even through all of that, she was just forever positive. And that's you. You're just always positive, always up, always going for it. It's just like, good job, way to go. And the parents, you're to be congratulated too. So thank you for letting me be part of your life.
So on the first day of the fall of 2019 semester, which was my first year teaching here, Errol sat down on the comfy couch in my classroom, not at the desk, and put his feet up, and this room I believe to be a repurposed closet, by the way, and told me that he hates school and that he hates social studies. And while that was kind of like a shot to my heart, I learned over our semesters together that he loves to learn, and he's one of the brightest students I've ever had. I've only known Errol for 2 short years, so I can only attest to what I have seen, and all his other prior shenanigans are not going to be involved in this speech. In his last 2 years at OMS, Errol has grown tremendously. He is intelligent and creative, and those qualities are only outmatched by his kindness. He would buy small gifts for coaches and teachers just because he saw something that he knew that person would enjoy or reminded him of them. Whether it was a t-shirt with their favorite band on it or their favorite snacks, Errol was always thinking of others and demonstrated his character with a small act of kindness every day. Oh, balloons are gone. Goodbye. Despite telling me how much he did not like school, he did phenomenally well in his social studies classes with me. I looked forward to my classes with Errol because he would always come up with some kind of food beverage from the 7-Eleven, plop down on the couch in my classroom, and ask me how my day was. He always asked inquisitive questions, and we would often get derailed from the original lesson plan just by talking about history or current events. Errol is someone that makes the world a little bit brighter and better every day just by being in it. He brings happiness and laughter to everyone he meets, and I can only hope that he sees all these wonderful qualities in himself. He's someone that once he sets his mind on something, there are no obstacles or limitations he cannot overcome. He is one of the most resilient and strong individuals, and I feel lucky that I was able to be his teacher. He may be graduating from OMS, but he will always be a part of this family, and this will always be home no matter the places he will go.
Errol, it's hard to believe that graduation is here and your time at OMS is almost at an end. I will say that Eddie and I couldn't be more pleased with how you've grown as a person and as a rider. You came in as a pretty shy young dude with some skills on your board, but both your maturity, confidence, and your riding has blossomed into something pretty awesome, and I'm glad to be a part of it. The future is all yours, and I hope that OMS has taught you to embrace challenges and always put your best forward in life. Lastly, the invitation for one more season with the team is yours for the taking, and both Eddie and I would welcome you with open arms.
Hi, I'm Patrick Young. I'm a graduating OMS athlete. I've been part of OMS for the last 5 years. It's been a really big part of my life. Kind of bummed that I can't be there for graduation, but I'm out here in Russia competing at the FIS Junior World Championships, representing Great Britain. And I'd like to thank Bruno for coming out to races with me as I was younger, growing up through the ranks, and just being a good all-around coach. I'd like to thank Chris and Travis for just being good friends over the past couple of years, and Michael for the past season of work and training.
This is Michael Hirschbiel. I'm the ski cross coach here at OMS, and I just wanted to say a few words about one of my athletes, Patrick Young, who's graduating this spring. So Patrick is an awesome kid. He's probably one of the most dedicated ski racers I've met, which is super cool, especially considering that there's not a lot of people interested in ski cross, which I think is awesome. He's super committed to the sport, and he's a really great athlete, and he's made a bunch of improvements this year, which is really cool to see. It's kind of fitting that neither of us are in attendance at graduation. He's actually in Russia as I record this for Junior Ski Cross Worlds, which is pretty cool. And I'm actually driving out to Colorado for some ski cross races, and I'll be meeting him out there. So I just wanted to say that, Patrick, it's been a pleasure working with you this year, and I hope to see you next year, and I can't wait for the great things that you will do in ski cross. All right, take care.
I'm introducing to Sarah, one of our great graduates. And first of all, please accept my congratulations on your accomplishments both academically and athletically. You have brought your competitive nature to the classroom and learned to manage your time, focus on assignments, and get the job done. You also prove that you are a team player and an independent thinker. You are to be congratulated for taking on your future with typical Sarah zest.
I loved working with Nina. She was driven, she was pleasant, she fought through her illnesses, she had mono and still kept going. She's a really tenacious student, and I think that's going to take her places. Good job, loved working with you. Best of luck. If I can do anything for you, let me know.
So I didn't really prepare anything, but I just wanted to say that this is the event that makes me come back every year. Watching you guys just grow up, and you're so lucky to be here, and more importantly, you know, myself and all of the teachers and the coaches, Marielle, this is what makes it for us. watching you guys, become like these great, kind human beings and go out into the world. It's really important, and I appreciate it. And I'm going to miss these seniors. I've seen them grow up, and wow, a lot of changes, a lot of maturity, and just do your best and be kind to people.
So now it is with great pleasure that I formally present to you our graduating seniors, the class of 2021. Those of you who are here, please come up when I call your name to receive your diploma. Sarah Avery Bassett. Travis George Blake. Errol Malachi Brennan. Nina Tower Bonash. Brennan William Hines. And Patrick William Young. The Okemo Mountain School class of 2021. We'll now read the book for this. Hi everyone. Congratulations seniors. I'm up here on behalf of Rich White, the board president, who's not here this evening but wanted to share a few words. So I'm going to read a little something that he sent to me earlier this week. OMS graduating seniors and families, I wanted to take a moment to thank you and congratulate you on helping OMS have a successful season. When last season was cut short due to the onset of the pandemic, I had no idea if the 2020-2021 season would even be viable. And to be headed into the final week of the season is nothing short of remarkable. As board president, I wanted to recognize the additional effort that was put in not only by Marielle, but all of the dedicated staff at OMS to ensure that every student athlete would have a safe and supportive environment to learn and train this year. There is a tremendous amount of planning and preparation that goes into every season, and I would encourage you to thank all of those that helped in making your respective seasons a success. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors and hope to see you when the time is appropriate without social distancing protocols. Good luck, stay safe and healthy. Rich White. So I wanted to just get up here and say a quick thank you to some of our staff members. In particular, can you guys come back here for a second? Sorry, they didn't know I was doing this. I want to thank Leslie and Erica for managing the remote and in-person academics this year, because it couldn't have been easy, and they make it look easy. They do a great job, and they're wonderful people. So thank you. Thanks for all you do. For you, Erica. So thank you. And I also can everyone hear me? Yeah. Okay. I can't. I hate these. I'm not good at using them. I just want to say thank you to Claire as well, one of our amazing science teachers, and she really just jumped in this year and took care of every task that was thrown at her. So thank you, Claire. I just want to come together. We really appreciate all your help. And then last but not least, I have to thank Marielle. I don't know if Marielle knows this, but I always call her our fearless leader. And we would not have been able to get through this year without her, honestly. It's been, to say it's been challenging has been an understatement, but due to Marielle and all the rest of the staff, their determination, we were able to have an extremely successful
season. So Marielle, we're so grateful for your commitment to the school. You have this amazing ability to keep your head under pressure, juggle about 1 billion different responsibilities, and to think clearly and compassionately at all times. You lead by example, you work harder than anyone else, and you inspire all of the staff and hopefully all the student athletes to go above and beyond every day. I wouldn't want anyone else to be our captain of our OMS ship. So thank you for your dedication and your unwavering vision for excellence for the school. For any of you that know Marielle, you know that she likes sour things. So like, I don't know, sauerkraut and olives, and I'm pretty sure she drinks straight apple cider vinegar every single day, like in the morning. So to celebrate making it through this extremely sour year, we got you some gift baskets, which are right over there, of all of your sort of favorite sour goodies. So I hope you enjoy, you and Mike, hopefully you enjoy them.
That's awesome.
Just as a little thank you. So let's give a round of applause to Marielle for being our leader.
Thank you guys all for coming. Thanks for sticking with us through this crazy year. Don't know yet what next year will hold, but I know we're on the right track. So thanks again, and have a great night.